Man, the lighting in here is not the greatest, but hopefully y'all can see that. All right. Oh, let me see if I can move this way. A little better. All right, so if you're wondering what's happening here, I'll explain in just a second. Let me try to move this cable out of the way. Cables are driving me crazy. I need some more light, I feel like, so bear with me as I see if I can figure out another lighting situation here. If I have that lighting piece that I need. I'm checking for something. Just give me a second. Nope. I'm just trying to find my lighting mechanism that I had to brighten up the area, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know where it went to. Good Lord. All right, so unfortunately I don't have my, if anybody is here, let me see if can I lower this thing? No, I better not, because then I won't be able to see it. I don't have my chat in front of me. Let me see if I can put it on my computer, at least then. Let me see if I can go to the stream and then turn the volume down. All right, so what I'm trying to do is, this is playing in Koala, by the way. So I sampled in these samples that I put in here, which I ran through the cassette and then lo-fi effect, the alias, set all that up. Then I built the beat inside of here, just some simple drums. And as I was doing this, I started thinking about, let me see if I can turn this up too, where y'all can hear it. I started thinking about ways to just work with the P6 and Koala. There is no connection with Roland and Koala with regards to this device. What's up, El Maze? Yeah, man. So there's no connection so far. I mean, there may be one day, I don't know if Roland will do something with this to where it connects Koala. I think that would be amazing. What's up, man? Yeah, I'm sorry about the crazy lighting. I can't find my little, I had a light that I was supposed to hook up, and it's MIA right now, or at least I just don't know where I put it. I guess that's getting old. Can't remember where I put stuff. I'll find it at some time somewhere, and then I'll be like, I wish I would have had it. But it is what it is. This won't be a long video, but I wanted to see if the goal was to not have to just record here, but maybe have the samples here and use Koala to just sequence it. The only issue I have though is because you can't bring sound into here without using, and I've showed you guys this in the past, some type of mechanism like this with this little Sonus thing here, all these wires, right, to be able to get stuff into the iPad, which I don't really want to have to do. I'm trying to find workarounds and things. Now I can record in from here, so I can sequence here and record it in. But like if I want to use the Midi here out, so if I go to samples, more, grab the Midi out, drop one in, just for right now, we're gonna do that. So here's the Midi, right? And then you can do P6 into the P6 and then set the channel. I think it's on channel 11. I'm wrong. 12? Now I'm guessing. It might be on 14. 15? Good Lord. There we go. So 15 gives me this. So whichever one you're on, you control that one. See what I'm saying? So you can only do, if I'm not mistaken, when you go into like, let's just go into a 1 bar sequence here, and you're trying to run Midi, you got to find, there's the Midi channel, hit this. I'm trying to find middle C here. You're wondering where it doesn't. Maybe it's at the C1. That's confusing. So this is all trial and error, just trying it out. When I'm not in it, it's fine, right? I can just. Problem is when I go in to actually use this, it changes the sound. So I don't know the answer to that yet. Let's set this to chromatic. You hear how it kind of makes it sound? I don't want to say what it makes it sound like to me, but it makes it sound extra weird. It changes the pitch. Yeah, it's weird. But when I'm not in it, then you hear it the right way. So I don't know. Somebody that knows the P6 better might be able to help me with that. But if you go to the menu and you change, that's quantization. When you sync, it uses the USB, so that's good. We want it to be synced. The problem is I'm not sure why it changes. My hopes was that this would work pretty fluidly, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But let me see if I grab another one, MIDI out, drop another one in, go in and set this one to the P6. What's on 16? Nothing. So see, none of that matters. It's only picking up what's on 15. So if I go here, I was trying to see how do you, like, is there a way to set each one to its own MIDI channel? And I don't really see that, unfortunately. USB delay. I don't know what that means. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look that up to see. So it doesn't really work too well this way. This is kind of a bummer for me because I was hoping that I don't have to. I could easily go in here and just build, like, build the track, like, or play the track in here, right? That part's pretty easy to do, right? You can either program them here. What I do enjoy is the chopping, but the chopping still could be better if you haven't used this thing yet because it only splits in exact increments, which is similar to when you use Drombo. I'm pulling up Drombo over here, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and open it all the way so you can see it because you can't see that thing full screen. So here's like in Drombo, like a little beat where all I did was sample. I sampled from here into a flexi sampler, right? Here's track one. Here's the kick. Here's the hats. Here's the snare. So you could do that. You could set up a flexi sampler and just record straight in and then sequence right here if you wanted to in Drombo. It's pretty easy. That's one option. But if you wanted to use Koala, which is what I was planning on doing, it seems to be the only way to do it is to record your parts into here, or at least the samples into it. Just use these effects and then turn around and just sequence it in here because the MIDI in and out is not switching. It's all on one, literally on one track. So if you go to this one, it's going to be that same one. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's possible to switch that. At least I haven't figured that out. So hopefully somebody will know. What's up, Ali Star? Good to see you. Go back to the 404. The 404 doesn't have what I want though. It doesn't have the sample rate, and it doesn't have the lo-fi. In this one sounds better than the 404. I don't really want the 404 personally. I'm not against it. I like it, but if they unless they update it and add in like the alias, the lo-fi alias thing, and if they can add in the sample rate, then I might consider going back to the 404. But really, right now, I'm not really interested in going back to it at the moment. Good evenings. Are you really going to keep this one? Oh yeah, absolutely. I've kept it. I'm gonna use. I use it to. Actually, I did a whole song where I used it to sample. What did I sample? Oh, I used it for all my drums, and I used it for something else. I can't remember what else I was using it for. But yeah, I'm keeping it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I got a case, bro. I didn't buy a case for no reason. Although I did. Did I buy a case for the 404? I never bought a case for the 404. I don't think. I think I just always kept it out. I did have a deck saver for the 404 at one point, but yeah, I never bought a case for a 4. I like it. It's super portable, and I mean, it's fun. I pull it out occasionally just to push samples through it. Deck sa Yeah, deck saves are. I don't know what that MR it means. Deck save MR, but yeah, they're expensive. What's up, Crazy Rabbit? Earlier, I forgot how to even use the P6. Yeah, I haven't forgot how to use it. For some reason, I guess I used the 404 so much that I didn't slip my mind how to use it. My problem was all the little odds and ends stuff that you want to do. Like if you want to run the Midi, using the Midi in here, I just don't know how to switch the channel. I mean, I could easily go in, and if I just wanted to record a one bar, right? That's easy in here. But as soon as you switch, see, I mean, it's gonna. So it's the problem is it's only one MIDI channel for everything apparently, and I think the granular might be on its own, but that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I'm unsure on the MIDI channel switching. That part I would have to see. I have to get some help on it. I might ask Near Tao. I think it knows it because he knows a little. He might if he kept it. I'm not even sure if he has it still. I think he keeps all his stuff, but I might ask him. Earlier I forgot. Let's see. If you buy Koala for iPad, do you get the iPhone version too? Yes. What's up, Orton Manning? Good to have you. Yeah, you do. You get both versions. And I use the Koala on my phone probably more than the iPad, to be honest with you, because I have the phone everywhere I go. Um, and this is an AI generated picture of in Japan of Mount Fiji, I believe. Fuji. I always get that mixed up when I say it, but yeah, if you're wondering what that picture in the back is. Um, Nearly 3 weeks out. I've been rusty. Yeah, I get rusty too. I don't. I think the thing is, like, I have the lo-fi and the cassette. I love this cassette, by the way. It sounds really good. It's not hard to press this, hit the button, and start recording. Oops. Sorry, hold on one second. It's recording off of what's. It's sending the MIDI out here, so I gotta get rid of this, or else it's gonna keep doing that. All right, sending the MIDI out, recording the MIDI in. It's got some unique things. Let's say that. But yeah, it's not hard to hit the record. To start. Or whatever. I messed up that part, but whatever. It's not hard to do something simple, right? Adjust the shuffle, put a little, or go in and nudge notes if you want to. Right here. It's already kind of nudged, but whatever. Because I played them in, they're already kind of off a little, which is good. Earlier, okay, let's see where I'm at. Nearly. Or yes, but my jazz bass licks never fail. Yeah, man, the jazz bass, that's what's up. Love me some bass. Bass guitar is the one. That's my favorite instrument. If I was gonna get another instrument ever to play, it's only gonna be the bass because that's the thing I love the most. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, so you can run. Let me see. Hold on, the microphone import file, and I can go in here and just get a bass. Bass. I like the jazzy bass thing. Then go in, hit there. So I don't know why it's doing that, but it plays sometimes why it's like trying to play the MIDI out for me here. MIDI channels, use built-in mappings. You have to turn the MIDI clock off. MIDI can record. Nope. Use the built-in MIDI mappings. MIDI velocity, use MIDI mappings. Sometimes like the channel or whatever, it'll jump over all channels. No, let's put it on channel 1. Let's see if that works. So one of the things I like to do in here, like if I'm doing something like this. Oh, by the way, when you hook this up to Koala, if you don't know this, it starts recording, and the arm and the record play in here too. So it automatically, now that it has set, right? You don't have to even set anything. So watch. If I hit it here, it does nothing, but if I hit it, then it records. So that's kind of cool. I think they're going to eventually add some features that work with Koala. They already have the SP404 doing that, so I think they will add it. Are you using your phone to record? Yes, I'm using my phone to record. I do that on all videos that are not screen recording. So like if it's on the computer, I'll screen record. If it's on the iPad alone, then I'll just usually, but if I'm using a device with the iPad or a device with the computer, then I usually use the phone to screen record. If it's a little blurry or fuzzy, it could be a fingerprint on there by mistake because you have to turn it sideways to hook it up. Let me get rid of the Bluetooth. It might be easier to hear it. I'm gonna turn the Bluetooth off on there, and then I'll have to clean the lens later because if I wipe the lens right now, it's gonna blacken out the video. So hopefully you guys still hear me. Here, I'll play some music. Okay, so back to, so let's say I'm gonna get chords or do something with some chords. I'm gonna bring another sample in just for the sake of this video because I don't feel like going in AUM. That'd be the other opportunity. Let's find some Rhodes or something on here, electric piano. There we go, that'll work. This sequence here. And since I don't feel like playing anything, absolutely don't at all, we're gonna bring in, we're gonna open up tonality if you just want some chords real quick. There we go, so that works. We'll pick a pack out of here, or pick a sound. There we go. Let me find something else. That one's. All right, we'll just record something in. Wait, you know what? I gotta set up at least 4 bars. All right, cool. Let's record something in. Whatever. All right, man. Catch you later, El Maze. Yeah, sorry about that. Not using the phone mic is the better way for sure. I always forget that too when I come on. Not the best chords. I could do better than that, but whatever. See, it's recording all the chords that I played. My only thing with a one shot, I'll say, if you're going to use a one shot, is use the loop feature on there and the loop points and the ping pong. So that way you at least get that much out of it, like that. Put a little crossfade on that jammy. There you go. All right, cool. So now it sounds a little. That little spot where it's a gap. I'm gonna fix that right now. That was weird. Yeah, there you go. All right, we're going back into the chords. There we go. I forgot what key we're in, so I'm gonna have to look. I forgot B flat. Okay. Cancel that out. If you want to know how to get to the key quick and you forget, then you press there and it's in B flat major. So there's your chords, right? Or there's your scale. So you know what scale to play in if you're trying to do that. So I like to learn the scale. This is getting in my way. I'm gonna have to move it. Bring it back so I can remember one more time. Okay, got it. There we go. I'm good. All right, let's record. Oops. See, I forget this over here. So if you hit record over here, it did not record in here. It's supposed to, but it didn't. All right, so I'm gonna just record. I need the drums going though while I'm doing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the drums I built in here, though I like these a little bit better. And I'm just gonna bring them over here and throw that in. Mix them together, and now you have. All right, let's record it. Whatever. Just fill it out. Nope. Undo. So you can undo each part, or you can just keep hitting undo till you get past it. Okay, let's re-record that. There we go. Yeah, I know. I'm just showing people that don't have bass guitars and stuff like that how to do it. Yeah, I agree with you, Alistar. If it was up to me, I'd have the full bass in here, the whole nine, be doing it all the way. But for some people that don't have all that, they can use a bass sound in Koala just to get going. If you got a real bass guitar, you can sit here and you can just press record, set your threshold. So like go in here to settings and audio, and then down here it can auto trim on record, which is basically like it's not a threshold, but it's set, it trims it right when you start. So you can set this button on. It's pretty good. And that way if you record, so like if you press, no, that's not what I want to do. Cancel. Hold on a second. Get out of here, audio share. So let's say I'm gonna go back to the microphone. If I press this, it's not technically recording, so I could just go. So that's recording everything. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on one second while I stop that. I was just trying to show you, if you click here, okay, now you go to your sample. I didn't start right on the one, but it's gonna trim it right on the one. All right, so, but the only thing you'll have to do is, because it doesn't create a loop point, see how it trim, can you guys see that? Yeah, you should be able to see it. So see how it trimmed? It puts the start marker for you. So you have to let it play around to the one again. So there's the one right there to create the loop. Of course, you can zoom in, and it does do the zero cross for you. So that's good, right? And there you go. There's a loop. Press the hold. It'll hold it for you. Perfect loop. It's real easy to make a loop in here. It's not hard, even though I would love to set the bar count, because then what I could do is I don't have to play all the way around to the one, or remember I could just play and let it record out. When I'm recording a solo in here though, I just press a pad and start playing, and then it's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's always easy to work it out, but if you don't have it, but you have a bass, a nice lengthy C note bass sample. That one's really long. And then if you have a nice lengthy Rhodes, this Rhodes is from Keyscape, by the way, if you're wondering. It's a Keyscape suitcase Rhodes from there. It's really good. It's in C. Now it could have been done longer, so you don't have to set a loop point. Which would have been nice. I should have probably made it a little longer, but whatever. It is what it is. All right. So then you have. There you go. And that's using these with the cassette. You could also run your bass sample through your cassette and through the lo-fi if you wanted it to get a little more. Or even this keyboard here could be ran that way. You could turn it on and then run it through. Let's see. What app is that you're using alongside Koala? Oh, you're talking about Tonality? So Tonality is a chord app. So it gives you all the different chords, right? It gives you the scales. It has a, oh my gosh, my brain's drawing blank. Circle of fifths. Then you have chords. So you can insert and bring in scalar chord packs. So these are like, I think this one's from like R&B, but you can bring in different scalar chord packs. And so I brought this one in, and here's a whole cluster of chords. And then I can use, if I pick this sample here and turn it on to the keyboard, then I can use this. Wait, I don't want to reorder. And you have velocity. And if you go into the settings, you can have it randomize the chord velocity, randomize the note intensity, and the amount of the attack. If you really want to get technical, you could go in and set it to where it goes left to right or bottom to top. All right, you got stuck. Hold on a second. All right, so left to right or bottom to top. So let's go left to right. What got stuck? All right, there we go. So now the pads get higher velocity as I go right. You can't tell because I'm not on it. So let me do this. Now I'm on it. And you can set the velocity down. Right? Or if you want to strum, and tonality works on the phone. So you can use this on the phone and Koala on the phone if you want and do it that way. So that's kind of like on the go workflow. And of course, if you know Koala well enough, you understand in the performance mode, you have effects. So watch this. Filters. It's like an SP404, basically. Right? You have a mixer with 4 bus and then a main. All your effects. And then I'm just using this to color the sounds of the stuff. But you can also use it to press play, record. And mute, yeah, mutes or solos. So now the drums are playing here. These are these drums. Okay, or you could say, all right, I want to sample what I just had here. So let's do these chords. So I could just go resample, loop, and you can put, now I have my chords all in one loop, right? It's pretty simple. But I want that to have some reverb because it doesn't sound like I want it to be. So I'm gonna go back to the sequence. And this is only for people that don't know Koala, okay? So here's the sequence I'm in right here. I'm gonna go and turn on, not that, sorry. I'm gonna go to performance and I'm gonna press hold and turn on some reverb because I want it to have a little bit of reverb. And I'll put a little filter on it. I'll leave the filter off, or some compression or whatever you wanna do. Anyway, so now it sounds like this. And then you can resample with that effect. So as long as that effect is on, you hit resample, it's gonna put that effect in here. See, the effect turned off now, but it's baked into here. And if you want to stack it, you can stack it and turn it up louder. Mix it. Now it sounds a little bit better because it's a little louder. Just move them up and drop them off. Pitch it. Or you can go in and chop it up if you want to. Lazy chop or whatever you want to do. So that's basically Koala in a nutshell. Of course, you can get real crazy and do some other stuff too. Reverse the sample. Watch this. I'm going to stack this one with one that's not reversed. So that one's going to not be reversed. Then I'm going to reverse this one, throw it in top of this one, and mix them together. It's weird. I'm going to time stretch it now. Instead of it being 4, I'm going to time stretch it 8 bars. Let's go 16 and watch. I'm going to get ambient, right? 16. Or you could set the mixer and use the EQ too. Then you could set it on a different mix bus, go into the mixer, and then add in some flanger or something. I don't know. Just making up something, doesn't really matter. Go back here. Right? So that's Koala, kind of some of the things I use in it. You can use your P6 with it, use your effects to go into it. Maybe you want to do your drums here if you want to, and then you could bring them over and just sample them into Koala, or you could sample that sound that you made. I'm gonna get rid of that one. This one's reversed. I'm gonna unreverse it. Back into here. Now you could bring it into your P6. Or if you just want the bass by itself, you can go in and clear out parts, right? So let's say I hit clear and I touch the parts I want to remove. I want to remove the key. So now I just have the bass here. So now I could go sample that bass, resample that bass, and it's going to give me the bass right here. Or if you got a song and you want to split the stems, then you just go into here. Like there's no stems here. I don't have anything with stems, but you could go in and use split stems and remove parts of the sample if you wanted to. So anyway, all of that's there. And Koala is probably one of the greatest $15 you ever invest in an app, period, on iOS. Super dope, that EQ. Yeah, there's an EQ there, but there's also the EQ that's on the mixer too. So the mixer has its own effects too. You know, there's a side chaining, and here's another EQ you can use, you know, if you want. I hope that someday they'll put like a 7-band EQ. That would be kind of nice. But you know, there's other EQs that are better on iOS that you can use. This is just one that's built in here for quick EQing of samples or whatever. Like if you want to pull the bass out of a sample, that's a really good way to use for that, or pull some of the highs out of something. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah. Right? Record your parts into your to this. And I'm using this as the sound card. All the sounds coming out of here to this little cable into the speaker. So it becomes a sound interface for you, as well as, you know, obviously you can use it as a sampler or effects box. Because now you could do this. You could go just like the SP404. So it's an effects box too, where you can sit there and tweak out. You can only use one effect at a time, but you know, it is what it is. And then, of course, you have the effects here, so you could go. You can use as many as your fingers can touch. Get it? So you got all these effects. You got, what is this, 16 effects here that you can use live doing it, messing with it. But then you have your other effect, one effect here. So technically you got 17 effects going at once. Plus you could leave on, I guess, well, the lo-fi is on per channel. But you know, so anyway, there you have it. All right, so that's the end of this video. If you haven't got Koala, then you already know that's a must. The P6 is nice additive to it for it. And so that's pretty much it. So you use this P6 mostly to color your record. Okay, so the P6 has a feature in here that's not in the SP404, but it's also not in Koala, and it's a sample rate feature. So if you sample in here, you can sample at different sample rates, which give you a more lo-fi sound. In here, you would have to use like maybe the vibro flanger and the filter and try to make your own thing, but or you'd have to get another plugin that can do the lo-fi. But that sample rate is very hard to find plugins that do it and do it well. So it's nice in here that you can do it, sample in and get that. Plus you got mono and stereo in here you can sample. Oh, you like the strum? Yeah, on the Ali, you like the strum on here? You got to press one that actually is with the Rode. And this is bigger if you put it in full screen. So it's much easier. You can adjust this size of the screen, the width of it too, like there, right? And then that way, if your fingers are bigger and you need it. But I prefer it in like split view. Or let me do it like this, slide over. And then adjust that width back down, because that ain't gonna work for me. Here's a cool trick that I've shown in videos, but people don't know or they don't follow all the time is that if you like, let's say I don't want all the chords to be strummed, I only want certain ones. You can hold this button down here. See, they start shaking. And you can set that one to be a strum, and the rest of them don't have to be, right? So then you can turn the strum off, and now you can strum this little one. See what I mean? That's really tiny, and I do it on the phone. This koala sometimes sticking. Hold on. That happens, but you get my drift. You can do both. Then if you want to change it back, just hold it down and touch it, and it goes back to a chord. All right. So if you haven't picked up tonality, grab tonality. Sometimes he'll put it free on there, but it's usually, I want to say like $6.99, $7.99 for it. It's not that bad. Why is this thing doing this? Okay. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you, Manning, for stopping in and all your questions. I like that. It's cool. I'll keep asking questions because that's how we learn. How far you take a composition in the P6 before you export to the software? Honestly, I'm mostly using the P6 for the effects portion of it. I could probably live without the drum parts. You can do 4 bars, right? Up to 4 bars in it. The sample chopping is pretty decent in it too. You could do sample chopping in Koala though. You don't have to have the P6 for that. In fact, it's probably better in Koala than in here, just because in here you're forced to use, you can't adjust the samples and you're kind of forced to use what they give you. Koala, you don't, it's not like that, right? You can take this sample here, any sample you got, you can just hit auto chop. It's gonna do a transient chop, but then you can do equal chops, or you can lazy chop it in and play it in till you get your chops and set the choke groups. So it's gonna be better in Koala, of course, for chopping, and you can screen record on the iPad and then drop it in. So anything you can import video and it'll change the video to audio. So you can take the audio off of video, right? So it's gonna be more high tech over here. This is more of just an extra tool. The sample oh, whoa, didn't mean to do that. Sorry guys, hold on one second. Let me turn that mute mic off. Wow, that would like to blow your eardrums out. So see how I hit sample? If I pick pad 6 and I hit lo-fi, keep hitting it, I have options to set different kilohertz. And some of these kilohertz make it sound really good, lo-fi wise. 44.1 is the standard, right? So you have that as an option. And then the higher, you can either adjust it to mono or stereo. If you use mono, obviously you get more sample time, so it changes the sample time. So you can get up to 4 bars with mono at 14K, I think it is. No, I'm sorry, that was 44. At 44, you can get up to 2 bars at 44. At 220, you get 4, and then it goes on, right? I think it's up to 8 if I'm not mistaken at the highest. And then of course you can take smaller increments or whatever. So you hit standby and then you start recording, right? I'm not gonna actually record anything. I was just showing you this, so I'm gonna exit out of there. But that's what's cool about that device. Plus it acts as an interface for you. So you can bring in sound from the iPad directly into it. Sample that sound and send it back over into the iPad. All right, if there's no more, I don't think I have any other question, or anybody else has any other questions. I am going to get out of here. I think, am I frozen? Oh no, I'm not frozen. Okay, I thought I was frozen for a second. All right, well, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you on the next one.